What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 22 now of the Leeds United career mode on YouTube on FIFA 17. This is the back of the episode that we just had where we knocked out Liverpool out of the FA Cup and then we scored in the 90th minute to beat Brighton in the league. So I don't think we're ever going to get an episode as good as that to spoil it for you guys and not really live up to your expectations, or my expectations anyway. That has to be the best episode I have played in a long time on FIFA, let alone the best episode that you're probably going to see of this career mode. That was just such a crazy episode to play. 2 90th minute goals. Apologies for spoiling it. If you haven't already seen that episode, go back and watch it. You do not want to miss that episode. It's been the best episode yet. It's been an absolutely unreal episode, and I thoroughly enjoyed it when I played it. Thoroughly enjoyed talking about it, and it was a very, very good watch. So if you haven't already seen it, go back, watch that episode, and then come back to this one, and you can see how we get on in today's episode as we have 3 games for you. We've got the first here against Birmingham, then we take on QPR, which is the side that we took on for the first game of this entire series, coincidentally, and then we have a game against Reading as the final game of the 3. But just to briefly speak about what's going to happen now that we are in the FA Cup semi-final. Again, spoilers, click off the video. Apologies if you already didn't know that. If you haven't already seen it though, go back and watch that video. Excuse me. Basically, we now have to play Chelsea, which I haven't shown in this video, but I've just recently found out when I was recording the latest episode of this. I normally record one ahead, basically, so if you leave a comment on the episode and then it's not done in the next episode, apologies for that. It will be done in the episode afterwards, because I normally record one or record like a bunch, because I don't really have time to play FIFA every single day and get episodes out, because obviously I have to work alongside this, so it means I have to record quite a bunch of them, get them all edited, recorded, and put the commentary over it like you're seeing here. So we do actually have Chelsea in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So now we've knocked out Manchester City, we've just knocked out Liverpool in the last episode for a very, very brilliant game. If you haven't seen it, man, just go watch it. I've said that a lot during this quick commentary here, but there's a lot of plugs in the video. Literally, please go watch it, guys. It is the best episode I've recorded on a career mode in a long, long time. But we do have to take on Chelsea in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, which I'm not really looking forward to, if I'm being honest with you, because Chelsea is sort of my bogey team. Whenever I've had a career mode in the Premier League with them, Chelsea the side, and Manchester United and Liverpool are the 3 sides that I normally struggle against in career mode, especially in a Premier League side. So the fact that we've knocked out Liverpool, who were my bogey side, then means that now the 2 left I've got to obviously beat if I want to win this entire competition. Well, Man United I don't think are in it, actually. Chelsea are one of the other bogey sides that I've actually got in whenever I play them on FIFA. I seem to lose to them. We do have them coming up in the semi-finals, so I'm looking forward to giving that episode. I haven't actually recorded it yet, so fingers crossed I can do my best there and get us into a final in the first season, especially seeing a championship side in the final would be an absolutely crazy thing to see. The first chance in this game fell Birmingham's way as a very good save by my goalkeeper kept us in this. I do believe it was Rob Green in it, but I could be wrong. We then went up the other end on the counter-attack, put in Joel Green. Very poor first touch from him, but he manages to keep the ball at his feet. Puts into, I do believe, a shooting area, gets into a very good position and takes the strike on, but unfortunately a very good save. Then a very good double save, and then we managed to hit the side netting. So it's very unfortunate there, but the goalkeeper needs all the credit from Birmingham as he saved them twice there, not just once, with that absolutely wonderful double save by him. Very, very nice things from the Birmingham goalkeeper there. Put Farouk Amaru down the right-hand side here, 59 minutes into the game. Very, very poor one in all honesty here, as we get a penalty in this one. You can sort of say, is this a penalty? I'm not sure, you know. Looking at it back, probably not. By the time I was like, yeah, get in. 60 minutes, I didn't really play that well in all honesty. I wanted to try and get my best, basically try and play my best even. And we get a penalty here for pretty much nothing. I'll take it every day of the week though. Kamaru lost the ball and managed to actually get there ahead of the defender. Gets the penalty for it, looking to see who we're going to take it with, and it looks like it's going to be Alex Mowatt in all honesty. He is the best penalty kick taker on the field at the moment. Put it to the left-hand side, send the goalkeeper the wrong way. 61 minutes into the game, and we lead here at away from home against Birmingham for an Alex Mowatt penalty. You can sort of say, is this a penalty or not? I'm not entirely sure. You can debate the decision by the referee, but at the end of the day, the penalty was given, and all we had to do was step up and score it, and score it we did with Alex Mowatt as we give ourselves the lead in this one, and we managed to take the 1-0 victory, hopefully, away from this game, if we possibly can do that. We didn't really look that threatened in terms of our goal. You know, there was only that real first chance where Birmingham really did threaten us, and it was a very good save, I have to say, but I do believe it was Paul Green, but not Paul Green, Rob Green, bloody hell. Who the hell's Paul Green? Oh wait, he's actually a footballer. Did he used to play for Leeds? I can't remember, but Rob Green, not Paul, made the save for us, I do believe, and yeah, I could be wrong, it could be Silvestri, and it kept us in the game at 0-0, and we've gone on to score a penalty to give us a lead in this one, into the 86th minute, as Birmingham would try and create themselves a chance. I thought Kyle Bartley actually blocked that in an effort from the Birmingham City man, but apparently not. The referee gave us a goal kick for that one, but I did genuinely believe that Bartley blocked that effort, and I was about to say, you know, well done Kyle Bartley, as into the 90th minute we go here, Sacco into Chris Wood, surely on the break, we were going to make Birmingham pay for committing so many men forward, into Alex Iwobi, who cuts back on his stronger right foot, foot, takes the strike on. Very good save initially by the Birmingham keeper. Unfortunately, Chris Wood can't quite reach the rebound. Get the ball back here with Sacco chasing down these the left back slash, I don't actually know what position he was playing. He was just on the left-hand side. Sacco whips the cross in. Chris Wood meets it, hits the bar with the initial header, and the second one, unfortunately, he can't put into the back of the net as the Birmingham keeper comes out to claim the ball. But nevertheless, that meant that we did, in fact, win the game by a goal to nil and pick up the 3 points that we so needed in this one to try and get ourselves back up, chasing those front two. That was the aim for the remainder of this series, is to try and catch the front two. But now we're in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. The remainder of this series, or my goal for this series now, is to try and win the FA Cup. I wasn't expecting to be in the semi-final when we got to this position, so the fact that we're here, I will be doing it live. If we get to that final, the final will be live. So you'll be seeing my reaction, playing the game, and all that good stuff. So, well, I'm going to try and do it live, depending on if my editing software and my recording software will allow me to do it. I will try and do it live if possible. If I can't, then I do genuinely apologise for that. But my thinking is if we get to the FA Cup final, I'll do the episode completely live for you, so you can see my reactions as we play the episode out. So, doing a bit of training before we go to that. Anyways, we've got a lot of wishful thinking to think if we want to get there, because at the moment, we're pretty much still got to beat Chelsea, and that's still a very long way from getting to the final if you take that into consideration. But if we play the way that I know we're going to play, and if we play with that with the fact of the mindset of we are the underdogs, we don't deserve, we know we're not here to actually have to win the game, it's Chelsea the ones who should be winning it, then I do believe we can go quite far in the FA Cup and try and get ourselves into that finals. We did take on QPR, who were the side that we took on for the first game of this series completely. When we first played the championship game, we took on QPR right at the start. We meet them again here in the back end of the career mode as we tried to make it. I think we beat them on the opening day, so we're going to try and do the same thing here. We took them on at home this time. We went to their ground, managed to beat them there, I do believe, and we take them on here at ours. I could be completely wrong then. I made myself look like a fool if I am wrong, and we didn't actually beat them, but I'm pretty sure we beat them. I'm like 70% sure we beat them. So yeah, I apologise if I'm wrong. Seriously, I'm pretty sure we beat them. As you can see, the two teams coming out though, the danger man for me was definitely going to be Cherry. I spoke about him way back when we began this career mode, saying how good I thought he was. He looks extremely good in real life as well when I've watched QPR play. Cherry just looks unbelievable, guys. And I was looking at him again in this one, I was thinking, you know what? If we don't make it to the Premier League, one of the signings I will be looking at if we want to try and get ourselves up from the Championship into the Premier League will definitely be Cherry from QPR. You can see there, 37 games into it now. This is the 38th game. We're still sat in third. You could have seen the league table there. I'm not entirely sure how far we are behind the second place position. I don't know who actually is in second. I think it might be Villa still, but I could be wrong there as well. And as you can see, the team's shaking hand. I just went into this and I was thinking to myself, right, all I need to do here is get another 3 points on the board, and I've done my job at the end of the day. As long as I put the pressure on the top two right from this point and then try and get myself as far as possible as I can up the table, then that's my job done. I just have to hope that they then crumble under pressure. All I can do is try and win my games, and that's what I've got to try and do in these last two games of this episode. That was basically my goal for this. We've got to put off the fact that we're in the FA Cup semi-final. We've got to put that to one side, start thinking about the Championship, because the job isn't done here either yet. We've still got a lot of work to do if we want to get ourselves into the Premier League. That was the side we had named for this one coming into this. Looking forward to seeing how we get on. Antonsen now back here as he got that injury against Bristol City. If you remember a few episodes ago, he actually played against Bristol City, came back here, and he got injured in that one, and now he's back to play it again for us here against QPR, as we did name a pretty much changed side. You can see there, Cherry is playing for QPR as well in that cam/CF role for them on the day. So I was looking at this and thinking, right, well, we've just got him to worry about. I'm not really fearing any other QPR player. It's just Cherry in that CF role that I'm fearing, in all honesty, going into this one. I was looking at it and thinking, you know what, if I take him out of the game, we're going to basically win this game as long as I can create a chance and put it in the back of the net. That's all I've got to do in this one, and just make sure Cherry doesn't create a chance himself. And as you can see, the first chance would actually fall QPR's way, as a mistake by me gave the ball to Cherry, who is their danger man, but his effort was straight at Silvestri, and thankfully so, because otherwise we would have been a goal down then. I was not looking forward to that. Bridcut caught in possession in the centre of the box, give the ball to Cherry, and you can guess what's going to happen here. Just ran past a few of my players, sent his left-footed shot low and hard into the bottom corner, and 26 minutes into the game, the danger man that I mentioned at the start of this start of the game actually put QPR 1-0 up in the game, which I was very frustrated about, especially the fact that I lost control of the ball with Bridcut in there in the centre of the park, and then basically straight from that they ended up scoring. 82 minutes in now as Stuart Dallas whips in a cross towards Sacco, and it's got to be a penalty, ref. He points to the spot, gives us a chance to take a point out of this game, which in all honesty we don't deserve. We've been completely outclassed here by QPR. We didn't deserve anything out of this game. But I tell you what, the fact that the defender did that, he just blocked Sacco's run, didn't allow him to try and get on the end of that cross. The referee points to the spot. I thought it was a very harsh penalty to begin with. At the time, I called for it when I was playing it in game. But I tell you what, to give that penalty, I was very pleasantly surprised about it. You can see what I did here. I actually ended up missing, Mr. Consistent Pablo Hernandez. puts the penalty to the left-hand side and the keeper gets completely right. I swapped my decision last second. I don't know why I did it. He saw I was going to go down the middle. It's a very good save by the QPR keeper, I do have to say. The corner then gets whipped in. We win the header, and then it's cleared off the line. So as if things didn't go bad for us with the penalty miss, it's then cleared off the line, and we don't manage to get anything out of the game other than the loss, which is very disappointing, because if you'd have given me those circumstances at the start of the game, said that we were going to miss a penalty and then have an effort cleared off the line, I'd have been very disappointed and very annoyed. And the fact that that's happened in the game makes me even more annoyed. As you can see there, we deserved to lose a game, in all honesty. We weren't the better side, but if we'd have managed to get a draw out of that, had have not been the better side, I would have been very happy. But the fact that we've lost the game makes me very, very frustrated. The way we've lost it as well, by missing a penalty through me, Pablo Hernandez, putting it to the left-hand side, the keeper makes a very good save. But I don't know why I actually swapped my decision. I was going to go down the middle. I said to myself in game, go down the middle, you're going to put this in the back of the net. And for some reason, last second, I decided to go to the left-hand side. I don't know what made me do it. But yeah, it made us miss a penalty, and unfortunately for us, it meant that QPR went with the full 3 points, and we didn't get anything out of the game. So they got the redemption on us, or they got revenge on us rather, when we beat them in the opening day of the season. It meant that they would come to our ground and beat us at our ground. So that's very disappointing to see, but at the same time, I can't complain because we're in the semi-final of the FA Cup, and as long as anything could happen now in this series, we could even not get knocked out of the playoffs. But as long as I make it to the FA Cup final, I ain't bothered a single bit. So I just really want to make it to the FA Cup final, see how we can get on in the final, but we've obviously got to beat Chelsea before we get there. Spoken about it quite a bit in this episode, and the fact that we've got Chelsea makes me very, very disappointed, but I can't really say that I wasn't expecting it. You know, we're into the FA Cup semi-final. Of course we're going to get one of the big teams. We've already knocked out Man City and Liverpool, so the chances are we were going to get another big team. There's still Man City and Man United, who we didn't know if they were still in it. Chelsea, we didn't know if they were still in it. And Arsenal, we didn't know if they were still in it. So there were still sides that we hadn't have met. And I didn't actually see myself as to who was still left in it. As in the 45th minute of this game, Joel Green gets into a very good position, has his shot on goal. I didn't actually see anything wrong with the challenge by the Reading defender. But the referee points to the spot for a second time in this episode. Oh, the third time, sorry, in the episode. Actually, yes. We've had 3 penalties in this episode. We scored 1, which got us the win against Birmingham earlier on in the episode. And then we just missed the last one, which could have got us a 1-1 draw against QPR. This time, though, I do go down the middle with Chris Wood, and he fires that one and gives us the lead in the 45th minute of this game. So, like I said, we'd had 3 penalties, scored 2 now, and missed just a single one. And the single miss that we'd had, honestly, is just, yeah, it's going to come back to haunt me forever. If that's the point that I need, and it's the point that doesn't get me into that top 2 spot, I will be so damn frustrated with myself. But at the same time, there's nothing I can do about it. It's happened now, and yeah, it's just one of those things in FIFA. I'm not that great at penalties this year, so the fact that I'm still scoring, I've scored 2 penalties in this episode, it makes me very happy, actually, because I wasn't expecting to score penalties when I get them, and the fact that I've scored 2 here and only missed 1, I am a very happy man for that. But going back to what I said about Chelsea, I don't know why I was so surprised about getting them, because like I said, we don't know, I didn't actually check to see in terms of who was still left in it and who was still in there up until that last episode against Liverpool when I actually saw who was still in there. So I was sort of expecting a big team in these semis, and then if we do get through, obviously it's going to be a more difficult game in the final. But if we beat Chelsea, I'm pretty sure the 2 teams left in it after that is a step down from Chelsea, no disrespect to the 2 teams that are left in it. So if we can get past Chelsea, there's no reason why we can't go on and win the competition, as Reading would score an absolute worldie of a goal here against us. A very disappointing goal to concede from my part, but again, absolutely brilliant goal from Reading to score. A nice ball into the box. First time volley put into the bottom corner. It's nothing my keeper can do. Nothing I can do about that, in all honesty. Bit disappointed at the defence for not getting into positions, but again, we concede a goal like that, and I'll happily give away some points to a goal like that, because it was a very nice goal to watch the computer make even. As Ronaldo Vieira gets into a very good position, his effort though is straight at the Reading goalkeeper, and that would be the way the game would end. As Chris Wood tried to get something out of it, cleared away by the Reading defender. And that is all she wrote for that game, as referee blew his whistle, and that was it. We are coming towards the end of this episode. If you have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you all so much for watching the episodes. If you have enjoyed, like I said, like it, and I'm out. Peace.
English Football League Championship.